Hello, everyone. By now, I'm pretty sure you already have heard of the Roblox drama. You know, the drama with David Bazutsky, at least I think that's what his name is, saying that child predators acting the way they are is an opportunity and stuff like that. And the whole age verification nonsense where you have to get your age checked with a picture of you or your ID to get access to freaking chat and voice chat. Um, I'm here to talk about that and what I think. And trust me, it isn't good. And I already know there's probably some little kids trying to defend their sweet little Roblox, which would never actually try to protect them. So, what is the problem with this system? It's easily tricked. And I don't mean by just taking pictures of other people because that one's pretty obvious. I mean, like, there are people who simply look older or younger than they really are. And the only way to accurately get their age is to use an ID. And people can fake IDs or simply just use someone else's ID, which means they could get an inaccurate age. And the problem is, it's way too easy to do this. And I've seen people who are actually like 40, but they look like they're no older than like 17. So, yeah. If you were playing Roblox at the time when the voice chat update first came to Roblox, you probably remember that if I remember correctly, you needed an ID to get voice chat. Obviously, there were no real chat restrictions as for age groups were concerned because nobody was actually doing this. But while it was pretty easy to just get a picture of your parents' ID while they weren't looking, at least adults could also hear the conversations and report these children if anything happened. So, that was pretty cool. Even though it sucked a little because kids could now get into adult games and talk with adults. If any adults had any sense of morality, they could, report it. But now it's so easy to fake your age because you don't even need an ID. You just need to draw a fake beard or use a PC model to get a fake age that makes you seem like an adult, which can put you with other adults. And then there's the opposite, where somebody uses a picture of a younger person to get into a younger age group. So, what's the problem with this? Everything. The problem is everything. Like, if Roblox can't see how dumb this is, then, well, frankly, I'm surprised this company even made it this far. It takes no amount of brain power to realize that having a child able to talk to an adult without actually lying about their age is a bad idea. All it takes is one person to lie about their age, and the whole system crumbles apart. And people lie about their age on a daily basis. Actually, probably 90% of the accounts on Roblox are just little kids using random dates so they can get access to the older boy games and stuff like that. Remember, some people can look younger than they are and older than they are. And some people just lie about that entirely using pictures of other people. Remember, this whole splitting people into ages thing and you can't chat with anyone outside of your age group is stupid because the honest adults, the adults who aren't trying to deal with these little kids that they're supposed to, not be talking with for obvious reasons, you know, now you're separating the responsible, truthful adults from the kids, and you're you're giving these predators kind of like a menu what type of kids do you want to like groom? Like what kids do you want to groom? Which age group? You want these teens? Yeah, you go groom them. You want these below 5 year olds or something? Yeah, you go get them. You can just all you gotta do use a fake freaking picture or something. Now, anybody with common sense would hear that sentence and cringe. If you didn't cringe or feel somewhat aggravated by me saying that, then you probably work for Roblox. But honestly, I'm not focusing on insults here. I'm focusing on how outrageous this is. Because, like I said, all they're doing is giving predators a choice on what type of kids they want to groom. Because now all they gotta do is get a picture or video of the specific age group they want. Now they got free access to these kids with no adults to watch over them and provide any sort of information and help to these kids. So now these kids can get groomed and there's no way any adults can know at all without lying about their age, thus making them just as bad as the groomers they're trying to stop. And that's the problem. If you need to become the problem to fix the problem, then the problem is just too big and should have been fixed. This Roblox problem makes no sense and could have easily been stopped. What I really care about is more so just that some people are probably going to defend Roblox, which is worse. But what Roblox is doing is inexcusable because what they did is worse than not responding. They acted like they cared. And if you're wondering how that's worse than not responding, when you don't respond, you show that you don't care. When you pretend to respond, but don't mean it, that's worse because you're acting like you care. You're lying to everyone, even yourself potentially. And Roblox has constantly been acting like they care, even though they don't. Pushing out updates that actually do legitimately nothing to stop the predator problem, and if anything, just make the entire game much less Roblox like. I still remember when they switched it from friends to connections. Like, seriously? And then from games to experiences? Like, you're kidding, right? There's no way that you really turned this game into an experience. And my friends, hey friend, can you play with me? No, we're not friends. We're connections. You see how dumb that sounds? You know, you're not inviting your friend to play a game. You're inviting your connection to play an experience, which sounds so unchildlike and so, you know, way too mature for a children's game. That's all I'm gonna say. Most kids probably have no idea what those words even mean, or maybe they do, but use them just to sound cool. Because Roblox was and always will be a children's game, and they completely removed the whimsy in some stupid updates that they probably pushed out just to say that they updated the game, because all I know is that I've experienced more crashes and Wi-Fi outages now than ever. And I don't even mean Wi-Fi outages as in my Wi-Fi sucks. I mean Wi-Fi outages as in I randomly get disconnected and it acts like my Wi-Fi isn't working. So I have to turn my Wi-Fi on and back on. But when I go on YouTube without doing that, for some reason my YouTube works, but my Roblox doesn't. All they're doing is making the game worse. Because if I go on my Chromebook to play Roblox, and I have to turn off my Wi-Fi, turn it back on, just to play the game, and now all the whimsy of the game is gone, then what's the point of playing Roblox? The entire point of playing Roblox is that you could play games with your friends, not play experiences with your connections. Like, the word connection seriously is, you know, hurting my brain. Not because it's a big word, but because I just don't like the word connection. Especially considering we used to have friends. But I guess you never will have a friend on Roblox because, you know, the game sucks. So far, this change hasn't affected a lot of places yet. But the problem is, this is also going to affect team games. All sorts of team games. Like, for example, Forsaken. Like, let's say you're trying to tell somebody to follow you, or you're trying to tell a new player how to play the game, and they're not in your age group. Well, now they have no idea what you're saying, and you have no idea what they're saying. And also, it can affect YouTubers because I saw a YouTuber whose name I will not disclose try to play the game, and they had, I believe, a fan try to come up to them and talk to them, and the fan probably thought that this guy was ignoring them because they were excited, jumping around, probably messaging like crazy in chat, and guess what? Nobody could see it. Their favorite YouTuber couldn't see it, and it probably looked like ignoring to them. And it will look like ignoring to everyone having regular conversations. Imagine trying to tell somebody GG in the chat and there's no response. Imagine trying to talk to somebody in a team game. There's no response. And this is especially bad in Dandy's world because aside from stickers, there's no way without chat to actually tell somebody that you're in danger, or maybe they're in danger, or maybe, you know, there's an item they really need to pick up. Now you can't tell them that there's an item there because guess what? The chat is not working. Um, that really sucks. Also, I really want freaking voice chat in Danny's world. But so far, I don't believe the changes affect a lot of people because they simply don't live in the areas where the changes are happening. But if somebody isn't your connection, you'll have to be in their age group to actually see their messages, which is what I remember. Although you should probably check this yourself instead of going off of my terrible memory. And the reason why I'm talking so weird right now, like why I'm pausing so much, is because I don't actually have a script. I've never used a script. I kind of just say things exactly how I'm thinking them, which is part of the reason I might sound blunt to some people. I just say what I think. I think what I say. Wait, no, that sounded weird, didn't it? You know, I'm just gonna keep that in just to show you what I mean. So, this doesn't just affect Dandy's world. You see, it also affects games like Doors. And you're probably wondering how, because Doors seems like a pretty selfish game, right? You know, there's no actual teamwork indoors, right? Well, that's not exactly true. Indoors, you can warn people if there's an anomaly, like, for example, a dupe or something like that. But now, you can't tell anybody that there is a dupe in the door. Well, at least when this update comes out. You're not going to be able to tell people that you saw a dupe. You're not going to be able to tell somebody that there's a lighter or a flashlight in a dresser that they might need. You can't tell somebody that you found a candle. You can't tell somebody that you found, like, anything. Anything at all. You can't tell them that you found it. Why? Because. Well, because Roblox said so. So, in summary, Roblox released a really dumb update, which just doesn't work. It separates people into age categories, making it impossible for adults to protect kids being groomed when the groomers lie about their age. Then there's the useless updates. Then there's the fact that Roblox continues to act like they care, but they actually don't. The whole it's just an opportunity situation. Then there's the whole doing nothing about predators situation, which is multiple situations. And then there's the whole pred menu thing, you know. Then there's the whole games being turned into experiences, friends being turned into connections, you know. And that's the summary of the video. I might have left something out. I'm doing this off the top of my head. There's no script. So, bye.